It's 7 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
So we've all seen that male sports figures get a very pretty girlfriend, and then their game changes.
Well, there is a scientific explanation for what happens here. Coming up on Good Day, we're talking live with a local doctor about what goes on in a man's brain and how it can affect their job performance when they get a new girlfriend. Okay, we've seen it time and again in pro sports. An athlete starts a new relationship with a model or an actress, and their game changes, good or bad sometimes. Aaron Rodgers, well, he did fine last night. You know, he's got a new girlfriend, Olivia Munn. So is she a good luck charm? Well, believe it or not, there's some science behind how a hot girlfriend can affect their play. And this is important because it could affect you at home too, okay? Joining us this morning is men's health expert, Dr. Jamin Brombaugh, co-director of the Pure Clinic with Orlando Health. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me, man.
We've seen stories time and time again. There's another one. He's got a supermodel girlfriend, right? And how does having a new hot girlfriend affect these guys on the field?
So, as you mentioned already, last night, Monday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers dominated, within the NFL thanks to the leadership of Aaron Rodgers. And there's a lot big buzz out there that Aaron Rodgers is doing well because of his new girlfriend. And but it all comes down to, if you think about it, people like Tony Romo or Justin Verlander didn't really do as hot on the field once they were dating their hot girlfriends. So it's either a pro or con when it comes to how they react on the field.
So I assume it has to do with something in the brain. We're talking dopamine, right?
Yes.
All right, so how does that impact people?
So before we talk about dopamine, let's talk about some of the science that's been done on, and behavioral studies that have been done on men and with their interactions with women. So there was a study done in 2009 that looked at, okay, do men get distracted around women? So they looked at men with women and then women with men. And what they actually found was all these studies that were done before and after their interactions, men had a significant decline in all of their cognitive studies when they just saw a woman for 5 minutes. They took this one step further, and they actually, this is true science, in 2011, they just told the guy that a woman was watching them. And then there were guys that were told that a man is watching them while they're doing certain tasks. And the men that thought a woman was watching them, doesn't matter what she looked like, had a decline in their overall, all the testing that was done afterwards. So there is definitely something going on from a scientific standpoint that's causing men to get more distracted.
Okay, the scientific standpoint is obviously dopamine, but if it impacts some people negatively, others positively, how does that work?
So dopamine is basically your reward center in your brain. So it's responsible for your pleasure pathways, reward pathways, basically that euphoric feeling that you get when, let's say, you ace a test or get 300,000 likes on the My Fox Orlando Facebook page, or every time I get invited to be here. So it's basically that feeling and that rush that you get. Now that rush can also lead to addictions. So dopamine is also associated with addictions such as gambling and drug use as well. So I think it all comes down to mindset and balance. What you're able to do with that rush outside of that thing that's causing you to give you that rush.
So let's leave people with this one. Okay, you may not be on the football field making 13, 14 million a year, but a lot of times you notice when someone around the office is in a new relationship. How do you manage it, or how do you help somebody else manage it?
Yeah, I think what you got to tell that individual is you have to be able to balance things. So what happens is they're getting this huge, I would say, rush of dopamine when they're around that individual. So they need to take that rush and spread it out through the rest of, basically what they're doing in their job or their career. But what sometimes happens is they get so focused on that one thing, they get distracted in other things. So I think it comes down to, you have to be able to balance and have a certain mindset where you're able to take that positive energy that something or that one individual is giving you and spread it to everything else in your life.
Interesting. Fellas, if you get too distracted and you lose your job, the hot girlfriend's going to go away too. Just so everybody knows how this works. All right, Dr. Jamin Brombaugh, good to see you.
Thank you very much, John.
Follow him on Twitter, by the way. He puts out some great stuff, and you can chat with him from there. What's your Twitter handle?
It's at UrologicMD, or you can interact with us on all of our social media feeds on our website, Pure Clinic, PURclinic.com.
All right, he's hooked up on ours too, so you can just go to ours and search him out that way as well.